Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. I am your host, Drac. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, and now we are taking up cases. Nakano Underground case. Client, government, place, Nakano Underpass. This is a case from the government. The door in the Nakano Underpass has been unlocked. What waits on the other side? What waits on the other side? I'll explain all the details. The client this time is the local government that takes care of utilities for Nakano. Basically, it's a bureaucratic agency. But why are you so shocked? Of course, we specialize in the supernatural and complex cybercrimes, so we usually have a very specific clientele. But we cooperated very well with Detective Madayoshi's police force, so they consider us to be a pretty good detective agency. So we've received a case from a public agency, quite a rare event. This case was originally discussed by Detective Madayoshi with the government agency. It's a bit special, so Detective Madayoshi passed us down to the government agency like a sort of ace up his sleeve. And now it's our case. Got it? Yeah, you got it. Good. The case is to unlock a gate in Nakano Underpass. It seems the gate is locked due to some electronic glitch that can't be opened. Huh? What? You don't know about Nakano Underpass? It's a facility that houses the equipment used to provide Nakano's public utilities, such as power cables, water pipes, and so on. They're moving forward with a plan to improve the look of the city center above ground by hosting the public utilities underground. Looks like the visible power cables and telephone poles are set to disappear in the not too distant future. Underneath Nakano, there is a vast complex of tunnels, so there are, of course, many entrances. One of these entrances is the place where the gate we need to unlock is. It is a password-protected electronic lock, but it seems some time ago it locked for no reason, and no one has been able to open it since. Okay. They contacted, the manufacturer, but they gave up. If needs be, they will destroy the gate, but obviously that would incur serious costs. While the costs were discussed, a weird groaning sound was heard coming from the other side of the gate. It seems something strange is going on. The manufacturer had a bad feeling about it and didn't want to open the gate, but the government suspected criminal activity and called Madayoshi. Hey, I heard groaning from behind a gate. I would probably suspect criminals too. I see. So then the buck passed to the Kurame Detective Agency. Well, after all, we have the best people for the job if we want to access a place that is off bounds to most. This is actually a good opportunity. I've been wanting to investigate the rumors surrounding Nakano's underground system for a while. The gate in question has an electronic lock, so naturally there's a cyberspace inside it. You're the only one who can break into the gate without destroying it. We've already received permission from the government to access the underpass. Alright then, shall we go and find out what the real situation with this underground gate is? Where is that groaning voice coming from? What kind of strange world lies beyond the gate? This is gonna be so much fun! Huh? It's an underground gateway, so there will be an underground tunnel behind it, right? Have you ever heard of the stochastic process in quantum mechanics? I guess I should tell you about Schrodinger's cat. Please, no. Until we open up the gate, we cannot know if we will find an underground tunnel or the void of space. Until you open the gate, the world is in a flux of overlapping possibilities. So just try to enjoy it. Let's go. The case is a simple matter of unlocking the gate, but... I mean, you know, that's true. If you open up a pack of cards... Don't ask me why I have those on my desk. Because even I don't know. What will you get? Well, I mean, you don't know until you open up the pack of cards. Of course. So, in that case, I suppose it's the same thing. It's a simple matter of unlocking the gate, but what's behind the gate? Your job is to find out. Alright, so I have to open up the pack of cards. I gotta open up the pack of trading cards. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You can know. You can know. Now go to Nakano Underpass. Ooh, did you guys hear that? Going to the gym helps with that, but it's still... I got loose joints. Yeah. Did you arrive at the underpass? The gate we need to unlock is inside. The control panel should be beside you. Do you see it? Connect, jump into it, and unlock the gate. What happened? What, connect jump isn't working? That's strange. It's an electronic lock, so there should be some kind of network inside it. No, it's just an electric signal. There's not a network in it. Or perhaps it's just that you didn't activate the connect jump properly? Right, I think it's time to verify your ability to perform a connect jump. My brain did not work so good. Raise your hand. Sorry, I was like... I just remembered a little Three Stooges bit. Raise your right hand. Oh, how did it go? How did it go? Raise your right hand. Take off your hat. Now raise your right hand. Now place your left hand here. He's got a cane in his left hand. And he got a cane in his right hand, so he puts the cane in his right hand. Right hand. Anyway, you gotta see it. I do remember the name of the Three Stooges episode, though. It's called Disorder in the Court. It's funny. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. These holidays are the whole truth and not the truth. Real quote, by the way. Real quote. Now what? That's it? Now raise your right hand. Put your left hand here. Take off your hat. Now raise your right hand. Now put your left hand here. Take off your hat. Yeah. 30 minutes later. 1 hour later. Ooh, okay. Several hours later. 100 years later. What were you doing just now? Whatever you're doing, it seems like it's not working. Whoa! Oh no, it looks like I can verify it. Well, it seems that you can only connect jump if you feel disappointed. What? What? How? Why? If I were to posit a theory as to how your connect jump works, your ability to locate Your ability locates a digital wave, piggybacks on it to the target's location's digital space, and then enters it. It could be a network, a PC server, it doesn't matter what the target location is. If it has a digital space, then you should be able to access it. However, there seems to be certain limitations when interfering with digital wave. In other words, when you can, and when you can't, you can't. Thank you for the clarification. Yoko, Master Detective. What we've determined is that you've connected before by chance, even if there were specific reasons why you were able to do so each time. But simply, cause and effect are connected to digital waves. Wait a second, how could you connect jump this time then? I don't have any proof to support my answer, but perhaps there were others like you who tried and failed to open the lock and were disappointed? Yes, disappointment is definitely key. I've rambled on long enough. Please get this lock opened as quickly as you can. If disappointment were key, then I would have 1 million subscribers by now. I'm gonna auto this. Like, this is actually a very simple dungeon. Not really too much going on here. Then again, I said I would or wouldn't. Oh well. We get to find out about our new ability here. Hacking skill, copy and paste. Copies the target's color data and temporarily saves it by pasting on a colorless base. When correctly placed, the security will be dropped and you will be able to continue. Movement to a different area will clear any copied data. Copy paste. So we take yellow. We go over here. Oh, look at this! It's Ramon and Terrymon. Bye bye. Thankfully, unlike other areas, we'll be able to re-access this one. And a paste. Click. Door should be unlocked now. Head back and check. Maybe disappointment was key because other people tried to unlock this door, but couldn't unlock it and were disappointed. And that feeling ended up piling up in the network. So disappointment became the key to enter the network. I don't know. It's all... Once feelings start getting involved, I can't think anymore. Looks like Sukamon and Nanimon. Have different experience rates. Weird. No, not map. No. Yes. Go to Nakano Underpass. Whoa! It's been digitized. It seems you've managed to unlock the gate, so thanks for that. Must have been easy for you, given your skill. Well, yeah. What? There's a bit of a labyrinth in the underground tunnel. What do you mean by a bit? Is there any sign of a Digimon or an eater in there? No. I see. It is strange to see just a small section of labyrinth. I know I said we couldn't know what we would find, but I wasn't expecting that. I believe we have fitnessed? Yes, we have fitnessed. We ran, and it caused this special digital wave occurrence. As if it was some kind of current. I mean, the way that stuff works in the real world, you're not wrong. I see, this is definitely a ley line. Have you ever heard of ley lines before? There are many in Tokyo. They're also called dragon chain. Dragon signifies the undulating landscape, the hills and mountains. Dragon chain is what we call the flow of the land's spirit. It's well known that Kusei Tenkai? Hope I didn't butcher that. Advisor to... Okay. I'm going to end up butchering one of these. Ieyasu Tokugawa turned to Edo into a great feng shui city. It is said that he built a waterway and a path to lead the chi from Mount Fuji and Tokyo Bay to Edo Castle. Of particular note in this instance are... I am definitely not reading that. An Asakusa shrine to the northeast in Sojoji. See, butchering already. Sojoji and Kei shrine to the southwest, all being religious institution. In feng shui, those directions are thought to draw negative energy their way. Shrines hold big festivals to purge and expel that energy. And if you look at the lines that connect Buddhist temples in Kaneji and Sojoji and Shinto shrines, Asakusa and Hei, you'll find they cross right inside Old Edo Castle, home to today's Tokyo Imperial Palace. Really quite fascinating to see. And nowadays, the waterways have been swapped out for rail lines and radio towers dot the northeast and southwest. You could say we've finished what Tenkai started. Viewed from the eyes of current society, those rail lines and radio towers are artificial ley lines. They supplement the old roads and waterways. Naturally, where you're standing underground constitutes another ley line running through Tokyo too. Not just any ley line either. One that's believed to emanate from Mount Fuji is supposed to run right through here. The man-made tunnel layered on top of it allows the digital waves to keep flowing in perpetuity. Really a peculiar thing going on down there. That's what's producing this quasi-labyrinth you're seeing before you. Knowing that, weird voices that people are supposedly hearing probably belong to Digimon that are appearing as a result. You go on for a while, you've already gone on for a while yet about this subject, but you at least somewhat get what I'm saying, right? Yeah, I get it. Spirit lines coming through here, carrying digital waves. Digital waves piling up, causing this distortion of reality. I'll take that to mean you understood it well enough then. At this point, your work is essentially done. But we can't exactly just ignore this newfound discovery of yours either. Why don't you go in a little further and check things out for me? But we don't have to go far in. But I want to see if I can go to the right. Go into the right. Take a look at this. Oh look, it's something we can't grab yet. Well, now I've got to go to the left. And that's when we're called back. The tunnel just keeps on going, you say? If it stays on course like that, you're going to end up in Roppongi, which would mean... You know, this reminds me of something else I've heard about before. As I mentioned before, Tokyo's ley lines stem from Mount Fuji, which is, of course, not all that a coincidence, given that it's a sacred place. That energy takes old highways like Hoshikaido and the Tokaido to get to Tokyo from Mount Fuji. That energy joins up with underground waterways along the highways that carry Mount Fuji's snow melt in Tokyo, flowing into the city together. One theory holds that the first place where that water appears above ground after reaching Tokyo happens to be, where else but Nakano. Put simply, all the ley lines that flow throughout Tokyo could well be coming out of our own stomping grounds, believe it or not. But wouldn't that be amazing to think about if it turned out to be true? Big room. Stop right there, don't go any further. You're standing at the border of the municipality. Go any further and you'll be in central government territory. That's a hive we best not poke. Color me intrigued, though. The hell of a thing to stumble onto just walking around inside that tunnel. We aren't prepared just yet to pick that sort of fight. There's still too much we don't know. This little tangent of ours has gone on long enough. Oh, thank goodness. I think. Let's head back the way you came and regroup at the office. And more dialogue. Though it's not as strong as we're used to, that tunnel is causing a digital shift. We should probably keep it locked up like 4 after all. I have no idea how I'm going to explain all of this to our client. No matter how you spin it, it'll probably be a lot to take in. I wouldn't be surprised if we came away looking sketchier than we already do. Let's just let Detective Badayoshi deal with it. Some jobs are just left to others. Or just best left to others. You're curious what exactly was actually beyond where you stopped? Well, that makes 2 of us. Believe me, actually, while you were on your way back, I decided to look into it a little bit. Apparently, what you found was a Kamashiro research lab of all things. What? Oh, don't be so dense. I told you that area is under the jurisdiction of the central government. That's not the sort of place you wander into for fun. Nothing else that indicates the Kamashiro and the government have a tighter relationship than what we previously suspected. Going after Kamashiro could well mean that we'd also be ruffling the government's feathers. That's why we can't be hasty right now. We'll do what we can to prepare and cross that bridge when we come to it. This is just a guess on my end, but I imagine it was Kamashiro that changed the password on that door and rendered it impossible to get open. They probably weren't counting on us being able to actually break in and snoop around. Knowing that, it could well serve as our ace in the hole later when the time comes. The time does come to confront them. Hopefully unawares. Oh no, they know everything. But again, let's not worry about hashing out the details until we have to. And just be grateful that we have that up our sleeve if need be. On that note, I realize this case is technically closed, but what do you say about heading over to Roppongi for me once more? One more time. I don't mean unofficial business, rather. I'm keen on doing a little independent intelligence gathering for our own internal use. Surely you're interested in knowing why Kamashiro has built a research lab underneath the Metropolitan Office too, right? So how about you just walk on through the front door there and see what you can find. Sound good? Sure. And now we go to the Metropolitan Office. Go, 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 Johnny, go, go. To the Tokyo Metropolitan Office. Ah, are you here for a tour of the lobby? Please come on inside. You must be confused. Let me explain. Construction on this Metropolitan Office isn't entirely complete as of yet. Well, it was at one point, that is, until a major firm came in and it was decided the upper floors merited additional construction. As such, while that's going on, the lobby here remains free and open to the public to visit. Interesting. Did you make it inside the Metropolitan Office? Alright, I get you, so they're alright with you hanging around the lobby. Well, that makes our work a little easier. Then, go on in. All you need at this point is a terminal somewhere so you can infiltrate their systems. Piece of cake at this stage, I'd say. But once you find a terminal, just slip on in and work your magic like always. Wish I was there to see it myself. Seems like quite the sight. Reminds me of the Tower of Babel in a way. Oh, don't say that. I guess I'm starting to ramble again, though. Don't worry about me. Feel free to get back to work now. There's a small digital shift happening here. Is something wrong out there? Oh, you found a terminal that's digital shifting a little? If this shift is weak, while still prominent enough for you to notice it, it could be a sign this place will turn into a labyrinth later on. Well, for now, try to connect jumping into it. Well, we have no idea what could be inside there, so stay on your feet, alright? Okay, look, English is my second language, my first one being silence. You know, I said that as a joke, but it's actually true, and that's sad. All right, more levels. Okay, I'm gonna go up there. I'm going to grab this item, because I don't know when I'll be able to get back in here. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's do it, oh yes. Drink. Bug recovery. Shortcut. Go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Kurimi, go, go. Go, go, go. Cyber sleuthing be good. Oh, I need her. This one's weak, though. So we do a couple of diff pen. Or maybe just one shot it out, right? Okay. That works. It's Then again, it was just a small digital shift, so that it makes sense that Eater was weak. So you found an Eater inside there after all, but you couldn't find any other evidence of note? You're not seeing the forest through the trees here, Takumi. But neither are you. The fact that there was an Eater inside the terminal is is big evidence in and of itself. Yeah, regardless, let's call it a day here. Get on back to the office now. And this should complete our little side adventure. Side? No, that was a main story quest. That was probably hard work going all over the place today, but thanks to you, I think I'm starting to piece it all together now. While you were out and about, I decided to measure the digital waves coming out of that building. And I found that the Metropolitan Office itself is one big digital wave force field. The plot thickens again! From what I can tell, energy is flowing straight to the Metropolitan Office via the ley line inside Nakano Underpass. So that underground lab Kamishiro has beneath the building is probably controlling the energy flow. You remember what I said about ley lines when you were inside that tunnel, don't you? There are two things at play here. The natural energy flow from the Earth along the ley lines and digital waves emanating from a sea of electrons. If you can make a massive structure like the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Office a hub for those things, then you can manipulate their flow. Why do they need to do it that way? Well, for one, digital waves might be invisible to the naked eye, but they have mass and therefore require a vessel. And the bigger the vessel is that contains those waves, the more energy you can build up. It probably also explains the new construction going on, as more space would mean that much more energy Kamishiro could stockpile. That extra energy would then go on to impact the office beyond the facility, hence the digital shift you ran into in the lobby. And with any good digital shift comes an Eater, of course. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if that place goes labyrinthine eventually. But we don't have to be concerned about that threat anymore now that you've just cleaned the joint up. On the other hand, it's worrying in its own way that things resolved so cleanly this time. The fact that digital waves can be concentrated in such small quantities as to attract individual Eaters and produce a micro-labyrinth is scary. If you hadn't been there, it might well not have been caught until much later. The whole thing doesn't sit well with me at all. This case has taught us that there's technology that can mostly suppress large amounts of digital waves as they're built up and placed wherever. The deliberate and calculated nature of it all indicates that somebody's got big plans in the works, suffice it to say. This, of course, calls for more investigating. We need to figure out how long this has all been going on, and just exactly what it's for. The dough has been kneaded and must be placed into the oven to bake at 350 degrees. Let's keep our eyes peeled as we move forward, Takumi. We're onto something here. I know it. Alright. We got our farm development kit. Your drive is really admirable. Keep it up. One way or another, we'll definitely deal with Kamishiro when the time is right. AKA, when we have done enough story stuff. Anyway, we just got a farm development kit. We can now build a new island. Oh, boom, baby, new island. Let me check out Farm 1. Farm 1 rank 2? Rank 2? I don't know about that. Okay, apparently I did something extra. It looks like I did something extra on my Switch that I didn't do here. Somehow. Anyway. Let's move Digimon, shall we? I'm not going to use these guys at all, but it's nice to just have their own little farm, you know? Digimon. And Gatsumon. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Littering and littering and littering and. Yeah, by the way, we opened up Digital Space 3. That's what I was talking about earlier on in the episode. Like, so now we have Digital Space 3. And just because I want to check, I want to see if anything new opened up here. Sleuth's Secret. Increases the precision of searches. Increases the quality of items made in development. Now, I think to get the particular USB I need to increase experience gains, I actually do need developer know-how. And I think it takes 3 of them. It takes 3 developer know-how and at least 10k. To develop. And it's a farm good, so you just place it right in there. Anyway, I'm probably gonna have to look that up, or at the very least, place them on my own at some point, since I'm trying my best not to look at a guide for this. Now, I personally don't know where else to go. I think that's it. That's all for this episode. I am wondering if I should... It's only a little early that I would be ending today's episode. Sorry, not today's episode, the stream as a whole. Link in the description below. If you want to check out these episodes live, probably should have said this about like 10 episodes ago, but I'm a little slow. I'm slow but sure, as I like to say. At any rate, thank you all for watching. As always, stay safe, have fun, and remember, play your way.